Welcome back to the Because Tesla Garage. Today, I've got something a little different. I have two beautiful Model 3s in the garage. One is getting a paint protection film. The other one is getting a refresh on something that's well deserved. So we're going to be swapping out the Yoke steering wheel of this car because it's old, dirty, a little worn out. I've got a refreshed version from another company that we're going to give a try. The first thing I did was disconnect the battery. I also disconnected the main high voltage battery from under the rear passenger seat. So we are completely without power, so there's no worries about blowing up your airbag. Even if you were to leave those powered up, you probably still will not deploy an airbag because it uses sensors like crash sensors and stuff in addition to the battery. So just leaving it plugged in, you're probably going to be fine. It's just for precaution. So this really isn't an installation video. I've already got one of those on the channel, so I will link that in the card above for you to check out the full installation. This is just going to be a refresh and a review of the new Yoke steering wheel, plus another added bonus. So we'll get to that in just a minute. All right, this is your airbag, and I've got plans for this in a minute. Let's take care of this first. I believe this is a 10mm hex bolt. So we're going to use our breaker bar to get this off. And what you want to do for this is you want to make sure that you are pushing down and not the other way where you're going up. I've seen people lose control of their breaker bar and it goes through the glass roof or through the windshield. You always want to unloosen it this way. All right, so why are we replacing this one? This is one that I got from a company called Arrowham, and it's been a great wheel. I really like the thickness of it. I like the carbon fiber, but there are a few things that I don't like, and one of it is the actual carbon fiber itself. Even though it is a high quality, it's a gloss finish carbon fiber. Every bit of carbon fiber that I've got on my car is a matte finish. So it doesn't really match the rest of the carbon fiber on the car. So that's, one of the things that I've never really liked about it. The other thing is I got lazy, guys. And I do a lot of mechanic type work, so my hands are always dirty. And so I didn't do a great job of keeping this clean, wiping it down. And it got to a point where even when I started wiping it down, it just wouldn't come off because I'd let it sit for too long. Another thing is you see a wear point right here. This is from my wedding ring. I took it off to do the vinyl wrap on the other car, but I usually wear it and I kind of drive in this kind of position like this. And I've noticed that I think it's that ring rubbing on it that caused this. So that's something I'm going to have to be aware of when I'm driving with the new wheel on. But yeah, you see how it's disgusting. It's just dirty. I didn't do a really good job of maintaining this one. So lesson learned, I'm going to do a better job on the new one. So let's go ahead and see what the new one is. This obviously says hansshow. It's sponsored by hansshow. They sent me one to try out. It looks very similar to the other one, but different in a good way. So let's do an unwrapping here. All right. So as you see, this one has matte carbon fiber, and it even has a carbon fiber end piece here. You'll see that they are somewhat similar. This new one's going to be a little bit narrower, it looks like, but not by much. It's just a side-by-side comparison here. So they're very similar in size as far as the dimensions go. And we are going to need to transfer over the horn mechanism here. And of course my microphone died, so I'll be doing a voiceover here. But basically you want to remove this piece. There's 4 screws you have to remove to get this piece out, and then you just pry it apart. If you look at the back, some of this wiring harness will need to be removed. Those 2 screws there are actually a Torx type of head. You'll need a T10 to get those off. But once you remove those, you just unclip the wiring harness from the little thumb scroll wheel modules there, and everything else transfers over to the new wheel. So same with this, there's 4 screws that you remove in the corners here, right there. And all you got to do is remove those, and then it pulls apart. You'll see the back is blank. So you need to plug in your wiring harness to those thumb wheel modules and remove this main piece right there over as well. So I've got it moved over. I'm just plugging in the modules. And then we're going to reattach it into the new wheel. This extra cord here, that is for the heated steering wheel. If your car has a heated steering wheel, then that's something that you'll need to plug in. But mine is a 2019, before they had heated steering wheels in Tesla Model 3s. So I do not have that, so I don't need it. I'll just be tucking it, inside underneath the back here. I just wanted to point out some of the anatomy of the horn. When you push on the airbag cover, those 2 little metal clips there press into each other, and when they make contact, that's when the horn honks. So sometimes when people put these wheels back together, the horn immediately starts honking. It's because they've got that pushed in too far, and those 2 metal pieces are making contact with each other. So you want to make sure there's a little bit of separation there on either side. Always finger tighten it first, then you can add some torque to it. If you want to use a torque wrench, you can do that to get it in real good. Next, we're going to look at the airbag itself. There are tiny tabs across the whole perimeter of the airbag that kind of clip it into place. So you just need to take a flathead screwdriver and with a lot of patience, work your way around, and just finally it will come off. And this is what your airbag looks like. So if you look at the back of the airbag cover, you see these little lines. Those are breakaway lines. So when the airbag deploys, it actually easily breaks through those lines. It's just a thinner piece of plastic. And this area right here, there's explosives in there that when it detonates, it ejects the airbag. And if you look at the new cover, it's got similar lines. So if you're concerned that a new airbag cover is not going to be as safe as the original, it's pretty much identical. It's the same design. So to get it back in, you just have to make sure you push it down and align all those clips, and eventually it will go in. It requires a lot of patience though. Next, you just reconnect all the wiring harnesses and push the airbag into place until it clicks, and we are done with this installation. And I just connected the negative post to the battery. The horn is not honking, so that's a good sign. I did my job right. And just to prove, all right, so All right, so the buttons work. Check, check, check. All right, that works. Let's honk the horn. Yeah, man, we're rocking and rolling now. I really do like the look of this new wheel a lot more. I love the matte carbon and the white airbag cover. It just looks a lot cleaner. And just a few comments about the Yoke steering wheel itself. If you've never driven a Yoke, it's just something you got to get used to. But once you get used to it, you will love it. Just like the one pedal driving with electric cars, this is one finger steering. I used to like ride with my hand on top of a round wheel, but now I found that I just kind of keep it in the corner down here and I'm just as comfortable. You just, once you readjust to it, it just makes it so much more comfortable. And I love that I can just kind of grab a corner and steer it. If you need to, do some circling around where you really need to rotate the wheel, you can still do that with the corner. It's actually pretty easy. But like I said, you just kind of have to get used to it first. I know the look of a yoke steering wheel can be quite polarizing to a lot of people, but once I got used to it, I really did love it. So that's just a personal preference thing. What do you guys think? Have any of you ever tried driving a car with a yoke steering wheel? What were your thoughts? Yes, no, maybe? I'm telling you, after maybe 2 days of driving one, that's when it really kind of set in to where I think I like it a lot. So give it a shot. If it's not for you, then that's fine. It's just a personal preference thing. But like I said, once you get used to it, it really does make it more enjoyable to drive. So am I going to be swapping out the Highland steering wheel for a yoke? Well, I don't know yet. I haven't really thought about it that much, but I might do that. If you guys want to see any installation videos for a Highland Model 3, go ahead and comment below. I will take a look, and if you guys want to see it, then maybe I'll look into that further. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. You know what to do, guys. I'll see you guys in the near future. Bye-bye.